Well, good morning, church family. So excited to be part of this fasting time that we're doing. When I think of fasting, I think that there's several components to it. First of all, we have obviously the spiritual component, where either the Lord's calling us to a fast, or we just initiated out of a spirit of desire to be closer to the Lord. So it's those two. But then there's a very practical side of fasting too. And so today I want to talk more about the practical side of it, and more so because if we can set up some intentionality, is probably a good word for fasting, and habitual intentionality, it will help us to be better at the discipline of fasting. And so we want to use the word maybe rhythm, having a rhythm to our fasting. What does that rhythm look like? So when we're talking about, the word rhythm means to have a repeated pattern, right? So we want to do things that help us to have a healthy, repeated pattern. So when I think about that, I think the first thing that comes to my mind is having a schedule set. When I say schedule, I mean a specific day, a specific time perhaps. It could be something as simple as I'm going to fast every breakfast for however long, or I'm going to fast breakfast every day for however long I'm fasting, or I'm going to fast every Wednesday, whatever it is. But set yourself a schedule that you know what it is. Put it on your watch, put it on your clock. Do something that is helping you to habitually remember that's the day that you're fasting. Some of the other things, like gradually increasing your fast, like to just one day decide, I'm going to do a 41-day fast, would be crazy for probably anybody. But even to do a whole week fast is a big deal for most of us. I don't know about you, but fasting is a difficult thing for me. So I like the idea of doing it gradually and increasing incrementally. So I may start with maybe a meal a week, or a particular meal per day, however that is, and work my way into it. Not that you always have to do that, but I think if we're going to make it a habitual rhythm of our life, it may be good to start off gradually. And then I would say maybe another practical step would be, when I fast anyway, if I'm fasting food or whatever I'm doing, I'm always wanting to stay hydrated. Obviously, that hydration thing is a huge deal for our physical bodies, needing that water in our system to keep us going. And another one would be rest, finding place to rest. So if we're depleting ourselves of physical nourishment and we're not resting, we're kind of getting hit from both sides, and we're going to feel the fatigue of that. Some of the physical yet spiritual parts of this fast would be, what am I going to do in this rhythm of fasting? Am I going to pray more? Am I reading my Bible more? Am I looking at more spiritual books? Or what are some of the things that might be meaningful to me while I'm going through this? In other words, what's the purpose of this fast? When I'm finding a rhythm, what's the purpose in it that I want to do? What's the spiritual takeaway that I want to do? And then focus on that really, really well. I know exercise, along with all of the others, is really important as well, that we don't just stop doing something, but we continue to keep our bodies active instead of just sort of sitting in a room vegging and, waiting on God, which I guess wouldn't be a bad thing, obviously. But we want to just keep ourselves active and physical. And for me, I know sometimes people see you fasting and go, oh, why are you eating? I thought you were fasting. For me, I listen to my body. If my body is feeling dizzy or something's going on, that I just know my body's telling me I've got to take nourishment, it's practical. Just do what your body does. I mean, listen to your body, grab a hold of that, and just get something to eat, get something to drink, whatever you got to do to kind of bring your body back into a place where you feel like it's healthy. Those are a few of the practical rhythms that I think will be helpful for all of us in our journey of fasting, and I hope it'll be helpful to you. And Lord bless you as you continue this 21-day fast here at Christian Life.